Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Inside Sweet Tooth, where we take a look about the people who make Sweet Tooth possible. Today, we have a very special guest. This person has been with the Sweet Tooth for the longest employee Sweet Tooth has. Her name is Sabrina. Welcome, Sabrina.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, so we haven't met, right? Oh, wait, I have the wrong notes. Hold on. Let me get this. I got it. Okay, we have met, it turns out. So Sabrina is Jen and I's daughter, and she has been working since the beginning of Sweet Tooth. So Sabrina, start us off here. What's your earliest memory of the store?
So, the first location was in the Farm Shopping Center. It was a corner location. And I think probably one of my first memories is obviously working at the store. When we bought the store, I was going into my 8th grade at what was then called Bird Middle School. It is now Memorial Junior High, I think. And if anyone doesn't know where Bird/Memorial Junior High is located, it is in the neighborhood immediately behind the Farm Shopping Center. So it was very easy to walk after school to the store. And in fact, there was a section of fence in the back corner of the Farm Shopping Center parking lot that wasn't complete. So there was a space that you could walk through from the neighborhood. So that's what I would do. I actually had a friend who lived in that neighborhood. And frequently we would walk together until we got to her house, and she would peel off, go to her house. And then I would continue and go through the hole in the fence and walk across the parking lot to the store.
Yeah, well, that made it pretty easy. But as a kid in the 8th grade, whose parents owned a candy store, you must have had been kind of popular at school as far as candy goes.
Yeah. My 8th grade science class, I was the red hot stealer for my 8th grade science class. There were a couple of guys in the class who really liked red hots, and they would give me money, cash money, in class, and say, just, get me however much this will, pay for with taxes and everything. And then I would walk to the store after school, and I would weigh out the red hots and pay for it with their money, and then put their change in the bag and all that good stuff. And then the next day I would show up to school with bags of red hots to deliver to these guys. I had other friends, of course, who thought it was so cool that my parents owned a candy store, and oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? And, after about 6 months, I was like, yeah, it's really great. Yay, candy. Because I was kind of sick of candy at that point. But yeah, it was pretty cool. People thought it was neat.
So you were a candy dealer. That was your first dealing.
Yes, okay. I was a candy dealer.
Okay. Now, tell people when you started working at the store, what kind of things did you actually do? 8th grade, I mean, you were what, 13 or so, right?
Yeah, 13, 14. And I would help customers, of course. I would help check in items that came in. At the time, the store, when you guys bought the store, there was candy, and then there was gifts. And then there were some other things that were sold in the store. So there was coffee. We sold coffee. People could buy the beans, or we had a coffee big grinder thing. I learned a lot that year about various grinds of coffee. There was kitchenware. We had pots and pans, and really nice pots and pans, and other kinds of kitchen utensils, things like that. The one thing that I do remember, it really was the helping customers part. And there was one time where someone had come into the store, and for anyone who had never been to that location, when you walked into the store, the candy jars were all right there on that wall to your right. And then the store kind of extended over to the left. So, and the counter where we were, all that stuff was all kind of along the back wall. So there was a customer, I'm sure I had said hello and let me know if you need any help, et cetera, et cetera. And then she I went to go check on her, and she's standing along the wall of the candy jars, holding a jar, and the lid is off, and she has her hand in the jar. And that is for anyone who doesn't know, that is a health department no. So in all my 14-year-old glory, I walk over and very politely remove the jar from her hands and said, "Can I help you?" And she said, "Oh, I was just wondering if the peachy penguins had eyeballs." And I was like, no, they don't. But if you would like some, I can weigh them out for you. So yeah, even at a young age, I was sort of forced to be very adult in helping customers and customer service, all that good stuff. Learned from a very young age how to do all those things, which of course served me later in life pretty well.
And it's good to know that the peachy penguins cannot see.
Yeah.
No. So in case any of you are interested in that. So we're talking about jars. Do you remember the first jar you ever dropped?
Oh yeah. So dropping a jar of candy, at least in Sweet Tooth, is almost like a rite of passage. It happens to everyone. There is no judgment. It is inevitably going to happen, no matter how careful you are. Those jars are 10 pounds and can be very awkward sometimes, and stuff happens. So in that location, that was where I dropped the first one. And it was a jar of licorice Jelly Bellies. And again, licorice Jelly Bellies will go everywhere. And so I drop the jar, and the glass, of course, shatters, and the Jelly Bellies go everywhere and just keep rolling. The floor was tile or something, I think, right?
Yeah, it was.
So, they just keep going. There's nothing stopping them from just spreading all over the place. And obviously we cleaned it up, but for months after that, we would find a random licorice Jelly Belly in a location. It had rolled, so far and under a counter, or wherever it had gone off to. So yeah, that was pretty memorable.
Yeah, most people I think remember their first jar. It's interesting. You talked about the pans and the gourmet cookware and stuff. And actually, the person we bought the store from was into that and wanted to bring that to Tulsa. And she was kind of a pioneer in that she did it, before Kohl's, Bed Bath & Beyond, and all these other places. And the Williams-Sonoma started selling gourmet cookware. So that was kind of interesting little take. So do you have any stories or something you want to share with about our time at the farm, which we're working on a good title here, but we're thinking episode 1, Down on the Farm, because you've been here with the crew so long that we better divide this into episodes, or we could have a Zoom meeting that goes over 3 days.
I think the other thing that I definitely remember from that space is the office, which was very small. It was, combination office, back room kind of situation. So obviously there were shelves, things like that with backstock and all of those kinds of things. Then there was this very tiny space for a desk and a chair, which is where Mom sat to do a lot of her work. And right behind that desk was the door to the bathroom that obviously employees would use. So sometimes that could get really awkward if Mom was in there trying to work and you had to go to the restroom. It was very, you do like a little do-si-do, kind of a situation and shift here and move there. And also the fact that I was in middle school, I would go there right after school and have homework sometimes. So that was always fun and awkward, trying to find a little hole in the back room to be able to do my homework so that then I could help with the store. I have been told that there is a funny story involving me and a box and needing some tape to close the box. I don't remember this story, but I've been told by certain interested parties that it is a true story.
It is true.
Perhaps you have more details about that story.
Well, the story was we were, for some reason, we were in between seasons and we were packing up some things, and all of a sudden from the back room comes this cry, is anybody got the packing tape? And so we did have the packing tape, but everyone was busy. So we said, yes, it's right here. She says, well, can someone bring it to me? And I think I said, well, it's right here. Just come and get it. And you had said, I can't, I'm holding this box down. So which is important, But I've been there before when you got the box right in the right spot and you're looking for the tape and it doesn't happen. It's not there. But yes.
Yeah. That was, vital work that I was doing there, holding that box, apparently. So I don't know what to tell you.
And I have one other thing I was thinking of today was I didn't work at the store full time at first. Your mom did, and so I remember I was home at one time, and I was I came home early from my work, and I had was waiting there when you came home, and all of a sudden the door flies open, and I hear, Lucy, I am home. So at that point, I was trying to kind of questioning my parenting skills, I mean, obviously you had spent some time in front of Lucy and Ricky, and felt very comfortable with that, and that you're passing it along. I think that's just all part of the not a latchkey kid, but certainly being able to work close to where you go to school and where you live. What did you have any? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I think it's while sometimes particularly as a teenager, it may have been frustrating or disappointing to have to go to the store and work on a Saturday or, work after school, things like that. Ultimately, it's, those kinds of things, those kinds of experiences clearly shaped who I am and, gave me skills that a lot of other kids my age at the time didn't have. They didn't know how to run a cash register or, interact with the public or interact with customers. And they definitely did not know as much as I knew about the various grinds of coffee that somebody might need, which has helped me immensely in my adult life and in my continued drinking of coffee in order to function.
Plus your candy expertise. I mean,
yeah, for sure. That's definitely
you were a go-to there. Yeah.
in handy. Yeah, people have asked me numerous times over sort of my lifetime, our lifetime of owning the store. Well, what about this kind of candy? And I want to do this, or did this candy go bad? No, it didn't go bad. Let me tell you about a fun process called blooming and what that means, and scientifically what has happened to your, Hershey's candy bar or whatever that you left in your car.
Really? Well, Sabrina, thank you for joining us on episode 1. We will move on because we have other episodes. We were actually in 2 locations at the farm, and so we're kind of breaking it up in the farm first, and then we moved to 38th and Harvard. We were there several years, and now our current location at 36th and Harvard. So I appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to see the other episodes, as I'm sure other people will too.
Me too. Super excited.
Okay, great. All right, thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye.